Hello, welcome to Leadership Through Athletics. My name is Kim Reese and I'm a volunteer with the organization. The purpose of this update is to communicate with our supporters why our mission matters in Lansdowne. More importantly, we would like to convey the impact we've had on our community over our first 10 years. And finally, we will share with you what challenges still remain in front of us. Established in 2004, our vision was to make LTA more than just a community building. Our founders saw the declining income per capita, witnessed the struggles of a dangerously high unemployment rate, and observed the challenges of our youth's declining graduation rates. The foundation made it their mission to maintain the legacy of Lansdowne, making it a great place to live, and developing today's youth into tomorrow's leaders. At Leadership Through Athletics, a 501c3 nonprofit organization, our mission is firmly anchored in everything we do. We align our interests with opportunities that are good for our community. We proudly serve our area's seniors, adults, and youth. We encourage leadership values and development, enhance educational experiences, promote health and fitness, and work to stabilize our great community. As we go through this presentation, you will find the focus of LTA remains intertwined in these four ubiquitous themes: leadership, education, health and fitness, and investing in and stabilizing our great community. The founders of LTA were raised in Lansdowne and their parents still live in the community today, 85 years on Hammond's Ferry Road. They understand the serious commitment that is needed to make Lansdowne a better place to live. To appreciate where our journey is headed, we will start by looking at some of the challenging demographics facing our community. This is based on the latest data available from 2012. First, our income per capita in Lansdowne is $17,654 versus $36,056 for all of Maryland. Our median household in Lansdowne is $45,813 versus $72,999 for all of Maryland. As you can see, this shortfall has positioned our community at a legitimate disadvantage. Some additional demographics illustrate that we are also challenged in the area of employment. Our community unemployment rate is triple the overall Maryland rate of 5.4%. The poverty rate in Lansdowne is simply stunning at 22.7% compared to the overall average of 9.4% for Maryland. All of this combined has statistically led to a higher crime rate in Lansdowne, 11.2 per 100,000 people, well above the state average of 8.7 per 100,000 people. So as community leaders, LTA must continue to do more to impact Lansdowne. Our strong results over the past 10 years have allowed us the opportunity to start asking our corporate and local business partners to become more involved to solve these disturbing trends. Our LTA site. The Leadership Through Athletics facility was built in 2004 out of the inspiration, love, and dedication of the community. The founders recognized the need for a community space that could help youth and adults come together in a positive, constructive way to produce a better community. The facility consists of 20,000 square feet of usable space, 2 full-size basketball courts with hardwood floors, a multi-purpose room for a variety of activities, 2 full-size batting cages, regulation pitching mound, and community conference room. 10 years later, we are proud of what we have accomplished, nonetheless remain motivated and enthusiastic in all that we do. Our president, Brian White. Brian has served as president of LTA since 2009. Brian is a devoted leader and a successful entrepreneur. He is generous with his time, dedicating countless hours to our organization. Brian is an enthusiastic humanitarian, passionate about enriching our community, yet infinitely humble. Blending all of these remarkable qualities, he perseveres as our selfless leader. Some quotes from Brian read as follows. I am proud to be a part of an organization that assists and nurtures our youth in the entire community of Lansdowne. It has been gratifying to see my own son participate in the LTA camps and learn the gift of giving back in the same area that I grew up. It's rewarding to see the kids who have been through the program start to give back 10 years later. It is exciting. LTA provides continuity to the neighborhood, and when the community prospers, so do our families. Any successful nonprofit organization needs to depend on a great volunteer base to make an impact on the goal. We have put together a committed team, but we always need additional help. We have over 15 dedicated volunteers that put in countless hours at LTA. However, we appreciate any new volunteers with great energy. You are always welcome to join our team regardless of how little or how much time you have to offer. As we mentioned earlier, we are guided by our very talented leader, Brian White. Brian not only serves as president of LTA, but also oversees the board of directors and leads our advisory committee, assisting us in charting our strategic course twice a year. Brian also leads our executive committee. They meet weekly and also hold a monthly meeting to review financial updates and current events. We are blessed to have an incredible paid staff led by our general manager, Kirk Crixton, who runs the daily operations, and Don Granger, our facility manager, who maintains our LTA home. The team has the facility looking better today than the day we opened to the community in 2004. Now let's talk about our general manager, Kirk Crixton. Although Kirk wears many hats at LTA, including that of general manager, he still finds time for his passion of coaching and mentoring our youth. Kirk is extremely hardworking and a positive influence on all those around him. To obtain a true understanding of what motivates Kirk, I will read you a few of his quotes. It has been rewarding to be a part of LTA by helping to provide a safe place for all of our Lansdowne seniors and youth to stay active. I have coached youth sports my entire life. It is very rewarding work, mentoring the young coaches of the future. LTA offers kids a chance to not only play sports, but to learn life lessons. I really love what I do. I remain committed because I love spending time at LTA and witnessing the positive effects it has on our youth throughout their lifetime. We must recognize our dedicated operations staff and their years of service and commitment to the mission. When you walk into LTA, you will notice how organized and clean the facility is. There is an unmistakable sense of pride from the staff, and you immediately recognize their passion to make it happen every day. Our staff makes LTA the shining star up on the hill in Lansdowne. Now, I would like to introduce our staff. First, Don Granger, Facility Manager, 9 years of service. Doug Waldman, Facility Advisor, 6 years of service. Josh Rice, Facility Advisor, 5 years of service. Trevor Rice, Facility Advisor, 3 years of service. Lionel Dixon, Custodian, 3 years of service. Andre Beatty, Facility Advisor, 3 years of service. And Nick Grace, Facility Advisor, 3 years of service. A quote from Pat Grace, one of the founders, reads, "Our team is obsessed with perfection. The facility looks as good today as it did the day we opened." Before I move on, I am eager to reveal an LTA success story. Josh Rice and Trevor Rice are brothers, and as I mentioned before, they are both facility advisors at LTA. Josh and Trevor grew up in Lansdowne and were both part of the LTA youth programs. After having positive, rewarding experiences, they both felt a desire to give back and joined LTA as part of our staff. It is heartwarming to see these brothers giving of themselves to make things better for others, and not because they have to, but because they want to. We would like to take a moment to offer a special recognition to Mr. Don Granger. At the appeal of the Grace brothers, Mr. Don came out of retirement several years ago and proudly took on the role of our facility manager. Mr. Donald is the best employee in the world. He is not only a true father figure to everyone that is part of the foundation, but also to everyone who enters the gym on a daily basis. Mr. Donald is loved by the community. The Grace Brothers make it a point to tell everybody who will listen that without the devotion of Mr. Donald, LTA could never have attained their perception of professionalism and credibility within the community. Mr. Donald and the committed relationships he has developed have had a significant impact on the achievements of our gym. He actually convinces many of our vendors to do their work at cost. This allows LTA to do more for the community. Make no mistake, LTA is Mr. Don's house, and he takes extraordinary pride in how he and his staff preserve it. Oh, and by the way, if we forgot to tell you, Mr. Don is 81 years old and still going strong. Mr. Don was recently added into the LTA Hall of Fame for his remarkable leadership and unwavering commitment to our mission. Mr. Don, we love you and salute you for everything you do. Results matter. Let's take a look at some of the positive influences we have had in our community over the past 10 years. Community served. We averaged 82% over the past 10 years, and last year at 75%. Youth served. We averaged 61% over the past 10 years, and this past year at 50%. Free programs. We have averaged 37% over the past 10 years, with this past year at merely 6%. We recognized when we offered free programs in our early years, we did not have the additional funding or staffing needed to sustain these free activities. We saw a much better mix by running a lower fee, community-based program that allowed us to better manage our cost to serve while still honoring our mission. We understand that this is a principal area to improve upon as we are able to obtain a formidable volunteer base. As indicated in our mission, we desire to serve our community's seniors, adults, and youth. We seek to continue to acquire funding to enhance the following programs. Senior Weekday Walkers. We open the gym to our senior walkers 3 days a week and offer blood pressure screenings each month. We have served as the host courts to the Catholic Youth Organization basketball leagues for the past 6 years and running. We facilitate Camp Grace youth clinics. The camps teach the fundamentals of youth basketball at low cost to the community. We assist in adult basketball, baseball, and volleyball leagues and clinics. We host youth cheerleading clinics and baton twirling clinics. We function as the host facility to several of our local home school recreation programs. We support the Filipino Sports Association. We are honored that we have had over 420,000 people who actually participated in our fitness and sports programs over the past 10 years. We are continuously reminded by our Maryland Daily News, as well as news around the United States, that we need to make considerable advances educating our youth. In America today, more than a quarter of our students fail to graduate high school in 4 years. Even our soundest schools are incapable of competing globally. We have worked hard and made some gains, but it's not enough. At LTA, we will remain focused on supporting education. We will continue on our journey to discover more ways to positively impact our youth by keeping them off the streets and getting them involved in athletics in a positive, nurturing environment. Over the last 10 years, the Lansdowne Parks and Recs program has deteriorated to an all-time low because there is no parental interest to support the program. Kids stop playing sports and find other ways to fill the void. Kids are full of energy, and that energy needs to be directed properly. Now, more than ever, LTA has a calling to serve the community. These education demographics from our Lansdowne community are based on the latest data available from 2012. Our community 8th grade graduation rate is 62.8% compared to the overall Maryland rate of 86.6%. Our community high school graduation rate is 63.3% compared to the overall Maryland rate of 85.8%. Our community college degree rate is 9.5% compared to the overall Maryland rate of 42.6%. Again, you can see this shortfall puts our community at a real disadvantage. We must think imaginatively, but realistically about what lies ahead and prepare to meet it. We will continue to look for new ways and find fresh approaches to support education. Each October, we hold a Night of Leadership event at LTA. The Night of Leadership provides our special guests and community an opportunity to tour the facility and recognize local community leaders and volunteers. We have been fortunate to have a prominent speaker from the community or state as our keynote speaker, volunteering their time to address our LTA community regarding the importance of leadership. In 2011 through 2015, Keith Mills has been our illustrious Master of Ceremony for both our Night of Leadership and our annual coaching clinic. He has been an incredible friend to the Grace family and our LTA community. Keith is a Baltimore native who started his television career as a sports producer. He is a member of the Ravens broadcast team and hosts Ravens programming on WBAL-TV 11 and WBAL+. He also hosts radio shows on WBAL 1090 AM and 98 Rock. In 2012, Stan White was our renowned guest speaker. Stan was an All-American football player at Ohio State University. He was drafted into the NFL in 1972 and retired in 1982. He is now a color analyst for the Baltimore Ravens radio broadcasts. In 2013, we were privileged to have Joe Ehrman as our celebrated guest speaker. Joe is an educator, author, activist, pastor, and coach. He was an All-American football player at Syracuse University and was also a professional football player for 13 years. In 2014, we were fortunate to have Judge Andre M. Davis as our notable guest speaker. Judge Davis is a senior judge on the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fourth Circuit. He was previously a federal district judge nominated for the Fourth Circuit by Bill Clinton in 2000. He was renominated to the Fourth Circuit by President Barack Obama on April 2, 2009. He was confirmed by the Senate on November 9, 2009. And on February 29, 2014, Davis assumed senior status. And this year in 2015, we are thrilled to announce our illustrious guest speaker will be Freeman A. Herbowski III. He served as president of UMBC since 1992. He chaired the National Academies Committee, and President Obama named him chair to the President's Advisory Commission on Educational Excellence for African Americans. Please mark your calendars and save the date for this year's Night of Leadership on October 22, 2015 from 6 to 8 p.m. at our Leadership Through Athletics site, 2900 Hammonds Ferry Road. Before we move on, we would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the local support we have had over the years from the Maryland House of Delegate leaders Jimmy Malone and Steve Du Bois, as well as our Maryland Senator Ed Casemeyer, shown here at our Night of Leadership dinner with our President Brian White. We were fortunate to have the occasion to recognize them at our 2014 Night of Leadership dinner. Jimmy and Steve are moving on to new roles in the community. We will continue to cultivate our relationship with the state as we have demonstrated over the past 10 years, but we will miss Jimmy and Steve and wish them well. Jimmy, Steve, and Ed, our community thanks you. In October of each year, in addition to our Night of Leadership, we also hold a Day of Leadership. At LTA, we thought it was important to build a culture of leadership in everything we do, so we established these opportunities to bring in the leaders of our community to educate us about the impact that leadership extends on all of society. Leadership is instrumental in creating societal change by bringing people together, giving them a common, positive identity, and strengthening bonds. Each October, this daytime event is held as a coaching clinic at LTA. College basketball coaches and broadcasters talk about life, leadership, and what it takes to compete at college elite programs. Here are the coaches and broadcasters who have addressed our community over the past 10 years. Jay Billis, Duke University and ESPN. Mark Turgeon, University of Maryland. Steve Wojciechowski, Marquette University. Digger Phelps, ESPN and University of Notre Dame, Keith Mills, WBAL-TV, Archie Miller, University of Dayton, Gary Williams, University of Maryland, Aki Thomas, University of Maryland, Baltimore County, Mike Bray, University of Notre Dame, and Jay Wright, Villanova University. We want to thank our speakers again for committing their time, efforts, and wisdom to LTA. Staying in line with our mission, we will move on to leadership values and development. To reinforce leadership values and development, we defined the values of leadership at LTA and hung them in our gym. Some examples read, sports is fun, education is for life, and young athletes develop character, personal strength, and maturity when mentored in sports. And finally, leadership, like sportsmanship, begins with discipline and respect for others. As a continuation of leadership and values development, we offer the following programs at LTA: volunteer recognition, senior seminars, Camp Grace Sports, Night of Leadership, leadership recognition, the annual coaching clinic, feeding our homeless, and local adults mentoring our youth. Now I would like to take this opportunity to introduce Dawn Aaron. Dawn is a zealous advocate of our mentoring program. To be successful in life requires role models and guidance. Dawn is that hardworking advisor who remains focused on creating a better future for our youth. Dawn has a wealth of knowledge that he has earned through years of experience. He uses that knowledge to patiently coach in sports and leadership. One of the founders, Pat Grace, said, "Over the last 15 years, I have been fortunate to observe Dawn aiding kids of all ages. He has demonstrated his strong commitment to LTA and is doing remarkable work with our youth." Another founder, Mike Grace, states, "Tireless. That is all I can say about Dawn Aaron. Every time I'm in the gym, he is always there, mentoring kids. It is inspiring to watch his commitment." Dawn is committed to mentoring our youth. He is committed because he wants to make a difference in the life of a child. Thank you, Dawn. As previously mentioned, education is interconnected to our mission and is at the forefront of everything we do. We seek to educate our youth, adults, and seniors. We offer an extensive assortment of programs including sports, leadership clinics, mentoring, senior weekday walkers, senior seminar series, feeding the homeless, and an annual clothing drive. Another valuable education program that started in 2010 included partnering with TechBridge to offer a GED program and job training programs. The funding for this program ended in 2013, so we continued to pursue our own backing to restart the GED program that Hinkles and McCoy started. With Lansdowne graduating less than 63% from high school, we need to obtain funding from local corporations to resume this function. The program graduated approximately 100 people in 3 years, so you can see there is a significant need in the community. Now I have the privilege to introduce our remarkable community mentor, Damien Jennifer. Damien recognizes the significance of a child having a caring, responsible adult in their lives to help guide them. Damien takes a true interest in his protégés. He portrays the qualities of a giving and understanding mentor. He manages to be reassuring and offers encouragement when necessary. Damien is compassionate and gets along with everyone. He is eager to share his experience and help others gain wisdom. A quote from Damien reads, "Nothing can match the self-satisfaction you get from sharing your experience to help others." And he said, "Growing up, I realized that our young people needed a place to go to stay out of trouble. LTA provided that for our community, and I have a responsibility to be a part of it." We are grateful to have Damien as part of our LTA family. Thank you, Damien, for all you do. Promoting health and fitness is securely attached in everything we do. Physical activity provides long-term health benefits to everyone. Offering physical activities for children puts them on track for better physical and mental health. It's never too late to jumpstart a healthy lifestyle. Physical activity is beneficial to people of all ages, backgrounds, and abilities. It is vital that everyone get active. LTA is working hard to make a difference with programs such as senior weekday walkers, blood pressure screenings, fitness opportunities, basketball, baseball, volleyball, cheerleading, and baton twirlers, as well as youth sport camps and adult sport leagues. LTA is encouraging the people of our community to incorporate physical activity into their daily lives so they will experience positive health benefits and be on path for a better future. Now I have the honor to introduce Andre Beatty. Andre believes in the value of mentoring. He considers educating our children as a social imperative. After all, the young faces we see today are the faces of our leaders of tomorrow. Andre has a successful career outside of LTA, but it is important to him to make the time to be at LTA impacting our youth. He is devoted and believes we can all make a difference. As a mentor, Andre builds a solid, trusting relationship with his protégés. Andre's commitment is inspiring. He wants to help our youth define goals and find ways to achieve them. He encourages positive choices, promotes high self-esteem, and supports academic and athletic achievement. Brian White states, "In life, success is about being a role model to others. It is more than just serving yourself. I am inspired by Andre's leadership." Kirk Crixton states, "Andre is amazing. It is incredible to see the commitment he has made and how he makes our mission his passion." Andre, thank you for your commitment and for all you do for LTA. Now I would like to introduce our remarkable community mentor, John Jankashay. John is a committed member of our LTA family. He is an enthusiastic leader. He is also an outstanding coach to his baseball teams. His teams would not be the same without him. He instills self-discipline, teamwork, and confidence in his players, yet he is modest about the results he has achieved. A quote from one of the founders, Pat Grace, reads, "John's attitude is always humble and thankful. What John has started in the area of baseball fundamentals at LTA over the last 3 years allows us the ability to mentor kids in baseball at all skill levels." A quote from Kirk Crixton reads, "John has been a very close personal friend of mine for a long time. His commitment to his kids is one of the most inspiring I have seen in all my years coaching sports. It is an honor to bring his skills to LTA as a mentor to our youth." And a quote from another founder, Dr. Tom. "As a graduate of UMBC, I have always seen and heard of the results John brought to his baseball teams. We are fortunate Kirk was able to bring John on board. If you look at his accomplishments at the Division I level over 34 years, you have to be impressed. But it is the quality of the man that has impressed us." Our mission matters in Lansdowne. There is nothing more important to the community than the safety and security of our residents. It is also imperative that we maintain the property values. For many of us, our homes are the biggest investment we have in our lifetime. In 2008 through 2011, we saw our home values fall dramatically, even greater than the Maryland average. But now, we have seen the trend start to stabilize, and this should have a positive impact on the community. The founder's vision has remained focused and aligned on transforming lives and ending the deterioration of Lansdowne. LTA took advantage of the Baltimore County streetscape, an effort by the state and local officials to enhance our county. The county invested over $1 million on the main street through Lansdowne. 10 years ago, in support of this effort, the founders partnered with the community to buy, renovate, and move new businesses into the area alongside Hammond's Ferry Road. LTA renovated and sold Town & Country Caterers in 2008. LTA is transforming businesses. LTA also renovated and leased 2900 Hammond's Ferry Road, But they didn't stop there. To date, they have renovated 7 properties and continue to transform Lansdowne. A quote from the Grace Brothers reads, "Our goal for the last 10 years has been to stop the deterioration of our Lansdowne community. We have been able to take control of properties, restore them, and make our community proud, safer, and more competitive." Our most strategic needs. How can you help? At LTA, we are always looking for volunteers. We need your support. Any amount of time, a little or a lot, is needed. We need backing with our Night of Leadership, golf tournaments, and board of directors. Another way to contribute is through United Way contributions. You can specify what organization you would like to receive your United Way offerings. It is essential that we obtain website support. Our Education Center would like to replace 6 computers. We welcome an expert in grant writing skills, and we need help tackling projects that require trade skills such as electricians, HVAC, blacktop maintenance, painters, and plumbers. We need support with our coaching clinic as well as our summer camp sponsorships. We would like to say thank you to all our supporters. Your support makes a difference for LTA and our community. We are grateful for the many people and organizations that have pledged their support. Your support is immediate and has a substantial impact. And for those who would like to donate, any amount of time or support is greatly appreciated and will make a huge difference in the lives of our neighbors. The Grace brothers grew up in Lansdowne, as did their parents, Dennis and Josie. Dennis and Josie called Lansdowne home for over 85 years. Josie answered phones in the family catering business while raising 8 children. Dennis ran 2 businesses and also worked a 3rd job, helping his brother paint when possible. Dennis and Josie taught their children from a young age the value and importance of contributing to their community. Dennis Grace's 2 brothers, John and Jerome, who were introduced last year into the 2014 LTA Leadership Hall of Fame, also had an incredible impact on the Grace brothers. They taught them how to work hard in the family food business. Dennis and his 2 brothers were successful because of their incredible work ethic. There were many people who helped shape the Grace brothers' benevolent spirits, but their dad, Dennis Grace, had the greatest impact. Dennis Grace collected over 25 community recognition awards over a 50-year span from 1960 to 2010. However, his most inspiring trait has always been his integrity. He is regarded by everyone who knows him as an honest man with strong moral principles. He always does the right thing. The Grace brothers were guided by these positive influences and inspiring leadership. They were motivated to make a difference. They felt it was important to give back to the community that shaped their childhood and meant so much to their dad and family. We are so proud of the Grace family for what they have done and continue to do for the community. They are a humble family, always reluctant to accept any recognition. When asked about their generosity in creating LTA, their favorite response has always been to say, "Leadership through athletics is about the Lansdowne community, not about the Grace family." They never want to take any recognition when discussing LTA, as they feel it will diminish the work that the foundation is trying to achieve. The foundation would like to recognize Ken Poltish, who was the 4th founder and took on the job of full-time employee overseeing the construction of the facility. He took care of all the day-to-day matters and issues, committing 4 years of his life getting the facility up and running. Thank you, Kent. 100 years from now, it won't matter what car we drove, what kind of house we lived in, or how much money we had in our bank account, nor what our clothes looked like. But Lansdowne may be a little better because we were important in the life of a child in our community. Your support matters in Lansdowne. Please help us to continue our mission. Thank you for listening to our 10-year story. Again, we thank all of our supporters, donors, and volunteers for results we can be proud of. In addition, we would like to point out one other number that we are very pleased with. We have had over 460,000 participants in activities at LTA. We have also had over 874,000 people physically visit our gym, whether it be as a participant or as a visitor watching their loved ones participate in our programs. We will cross over to the 1 million mark in the next year. After a very solid start to our journey, we are committed to raising over $250,000 during the next 10 years to assist in the following areas. Our top 5 priorities will be: first, we would like to reinstitute the GED program by partnering with local groups at the LTA facility with a goal of graduating 50 people per year. Second, we will continue to upgrade the LTA Education Center with 6 to 10 new computers. We would like to provide our community youth with not only a safe place to do their homework, but also a teacher or tutor on site 3 days per week to assist. Third, our after-school program goal is to supply enough support to manage up to 50 children during after-school activities daily from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. 5 days per week. We ran the after-school program from 2006 to 2012, but found we were not able to supply the resources and there was not enough funding to produce results that impacted the entire community. Fourth, we would like to be able to offer 6 free or low-cost summer camps for the community youth. And fifth, drug prevention. Our goal is to bring the Chris Herron Project Purple to LTA in 2016. The objective is to provide the community with weekly support meetings and provide a safe place to aid our young adults who struggle and fight with drug addiction. We hope that we can generate excitement from our local businesses as well as the local corporate businesses in our community. Thank you.